Yeah, okay. New player circle. So,
Hey man, say man, you already know what I'm gonna say, man. It's your local neighborhood player. Damone Jr. kicking in the Player Circle podcast, and we don't try to fit a square into a circle. And hey man, today, man, we got the boy Ebk Jaaybo, Ebk Jaaybo, Ebk Jailbro, whatever you want to call him. You feel me? Inmate 6222. You feel me? 21 nigga, G's nigga. You feel me? Whatever you want to call him. You feel me? And it came across this little video. This shit say, the downfall of Ebk Jaaybo. Murder for hire, Stockton, California. I got a video I did on the young man that I was just like, I can't even put this shit out. It's too much. I know it's information that's already out there, but I was like, bro, this shit, I can't even do this shit. I be watching this shit. Before I start doing this shit, you feel me? I used to be watching this. I could do this shit. On phone them. I could do this shit. Anything I love, I can do this shit. But I can't do that shit right there. Like the pieces was there. The pieces of the puzzle, I was in this motherfucker like, you feel me? The pieces of the puzzle. And it's all there on the internet. You feel me? This nigga interview, this nigga song, this clip on Instagram, and it's all there. Just for the people to put it all together and make videos about that shit. And you feel me? And I did the whole shit, shot the whole shit, and I'm just like, I ain't dropping this shit. This is before he went down this time. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much longer, man. Without any further ado, man, you already know what to do, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get to the video.
First ever unanimous crash out MVP award, it would have to go to Ebk Jaaybo. Bro literally has a song saying fuck everybody, and at the top of the list is the person that he's accused of hiring a hit for, man. It's honestly next level insanity, because despite being the face of California's underground rap scene, Jaaybo cannot and will not stay out of prison for more than 3 business days at this point.
21-year-old Damone Gorman, also known as Ebk Jaaybo. He was arrested Sunday on drug and weapons charges after being released from prison back in March. He was serving a year for illegal gun possession.
With a promising rap career ahead of him, it finally seemed like he was going to be taking the music seriously with his latest release. From being booked for the NBA YoungBoy upcoming tour, to fans being able to see a different side of him in his collabs with streamers and other large content creators, it seemed like he was actually trying to go in a positive direction.
On phone them, the streams was going crazy. The Black Boy Max, he went crazy. He did like a little artist shit. He won that shit. They had a little tournament or some shit. He did a stream with Black Boy Max. They did a song. Motherfucker did like 3 songs. Did the shit with Neon. Did the shit with old boy from New York. I think old boy from New York. It's like Dub or some shit. You feel me? He was doing his thing on the stream too. Little nigga funny than a motherfucker. You could tell he got a little personality. You could tell, nigga, the trauma just got him gone, though. The shit he been through, the shit he done did, you feel me? That shit got him mind gone. He probably, not even probably, as y'all can see, he can't see past that shit. All he know is, geez, you feel me? Homicide. That's all blood know. And, this is the form of rap y'all want. Niggas standing on that shit, living on that shit, ain't talking about that shit. Why? I don't know. But it's definitely giving president of the National Association of Crash Outs. No cap.
With his music, but lo and behold, in a random night in May, he would be arrested on 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance, 1 count of criminal use of prohibited weapon, and 1 count of theft by receiving. At first, those charges seemed like the average Ebk Jaaybo charges, as he pretty much got released from prison in March on pretty similar stuff. However, yesterday, it was reported that he was picked up by the U.S. Marshals, which seems to have made this case a whole lot more complicated. And according to close sources, sources, Ebk Jaaybo is apparently being investigated for a murder for hire plot from a couple years back involving a rising artist and other members of Ebk who have since crashed out and been in jail fighting that case for years. Man, so today we gotta get into the alleged body that might take Ebk Jaaybo right off the street right now, gang. But before we do, I'm gonna need you to do something for me, man. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps spread the videos. Make sure you check out the merch. We got some fire tees on the deck, dropping new stuff every week.
Hit blood with a like, blood. Go subscribe over there to blood shit, blood.
And make sure you go join a membership, man. We got discount deals on clothes, discounts on promo. If you want your product or song featured in any of these videos, man, just join Stay Safe Gang. Link in the description. You already know what the fuck is going on, man. So we gotta get into.
I already know what the fuck is going on, man.
Honestly, crazy and ties in a lot of other deaths throughout the city of Stockton. It's really been a war. The Northern California city of Stockton might get overlooked compared to huge cities in California like the Bay or LA, but that city has been a hotbed for California's sound. It has been influencing all across the state for years now. Coming from the southeast area of Stockton on the 2100 block of Nightingale Ave, Ebk Jaaybo basically came up in one of the craziest areas that you can imagine, not just in that city, but in the state of California in general. The city of Stockton is filled with gangs and gang violence, and being from this area, he was naturally associated with the Ebk Nightingale, a hybrid gang of mostly Bloods but some Crips that are highly active within this area and beef with many different sets. The most notable members are Ebk Jaaybo, Ebk Young Jock, Ebk Osama, and Young Slowby, who is very important to this story. At the same time, they have a lot of crazy beefs, but the most notable would probably be between a Crip set from South Stockton called the Fly Boys. The most notable member is Bands and also JBlacc, who coincidentally, Bands is charged with 3 murders right now, and that's a whole different story that we might get into right now. But just remember, Bands and JBlacc, pretty much them and the people that they beefed with are responsible for creating this new eerie California drill sound that we know today. That's pretty much influenced rappers from all over the states and all over different parts of Stockton. And even
man, listen, that shit got the whole everything up here in Northern Cali in a chokehold. Oakland, Frisco, Richmond, Antioch, all this shit they wrapped up, nigga. They and then spank your dumb ass. I got a B and all that shit. Drop ski and all that shit, nigga. Standovers. Picture with the pointing at the ground. This shit, hey, this shit some this shit devil music. Hey, I'm old as hell, cause bro, that shit demonic. It slap. But it's increasing the murder rate. No cap, that shit increasing the murder rate. I ain't gonna lie. Cause these niggas get on these songs and they talk they shit and they go outside and get the party shot up because they standing outside in line. And they may not get hit. Somebody else might get hit. Then they gotta go out and try to go do something now, cause it like I said, it's just a continuous cycle of death. Yeah, it's saying, ain't gonna lie.
In Kendrick's GNX album. Part of the reason
it
that sound has grown so vastly though is because of the crazy beefs that have been ongoing through the city, taking out some of the most talented artists there. Both sides have lost promising artists that were extremely talented and had hoped to get out of their situation. But it seems that these deaths could have played a direct role into the possible murder for hire charges that Ebk Jaaybo is facing right now, which we're gonna get into with the murder of Slowby, chapter 2. At one point, Flyboys and Ebk were cool, being from the same area trying to come up in the music scene. There's been much speculation on what exactly caused a shift in their relationship, but it seems like politics caused an inner split around 2021 when a member from Nightingale was shot dead in their area. Since then, many back and forths, and the city of Stockton is really not that big. It's not like you can really hide. People are gonna find you. During this time, Young Slowby was probably the biggest artist consistently dropping out of Ebk, with Jaaybo getting in in and out of jail. The beaches seem to be getting closer and closer on the home front, with Young Slowby releasing songs like Don't Come to My Funeral, basically calling his death, which was honestly crazy, and it wouldn't drop until after he died. And unfortunately, before he could even release that song, he would be gunned down in a wild daylight shooting in Manteca, California, which was just outside of Stockton. On August 5th, 2022, officers have responded at 817 to 176 Trevino Ave on reports of a possible shooting at an apartment complex. Witnesses saw Slowby ambushed in his complex and started to bleed out on the ground. They also identified a black Mercedes sedan as it sped away. However, the police were never able to find a culprit. Fast forward just a few years later, and a rising rapper from the Flyboys named JBlacc, who was slowly making a name for himself, would become the next victim, and had many people wondering if these two situations were related. So let's get into this with chapter 3. JBlacc was a rapper associated with the Flyboy Crip set in South Stockton, and as I said before, they had numerous issues with members of EBK. Many felt that they could have been responsible, especially because several members that have died from there, such as Flyboy Lil Los. This wouldn't stop Flyboy members from trolling EBK, even dropping songs dissing Young Slowby, calling him Young Slow Feet. It's safe to say that they wanted people to think that this was their work regardless if they did it or not, but a lot of things, just like the amount of people that died on both sides afterwards, definitely pointed in an odd direction. But unfortunately for their biggest rapper JBlacc, this all caught up to him in the worst way possible when he himself would be gunned down by several EBK members allegedly, one of which was a rapper very close to Ebk Jaaybo named Ebk Lil Play.
Stockton police are looking for the suspects in separate murders over the weekend. 3 people were killed. On Saturday night, police say 24-year-old Andrea Jones and 29-year-old Jacob Haywood Thomas were killed. The shooting happened near South Airport Way and 8th Street. Both were from...
Well, Luke, we're learning tonight the incident happened here behind us inside the parking lot of the Southside Market. Much of the investigation appears to be aimed towards the front of the market, but we're not sure whether or not shots were fired inside or out. But what we can tell you is we do see some bullet holes in the front of the business as well as on some cars. Police have since taped off the entire area here, and that includes all of the parking lot of Southside Market. Traffic is not impacted, but as you can see, the crime scene markers and where police are looking has really sprawled out. Officers on the scene also...
Police be having regular ass conversations. They was over there laughing. That shit be nothing that his body laying under sheets and shit like that or laid out like that. They be over there.
Tell us that there's a number of family members of the victims that are over on the other side of this area. We went to speak with them. They said they didn't want to answer any questions.
Arrested a third suspect in connection with a deadly shooting 1 year ago. Derek Gordon was taken into custody in Las Vegas in connection with the deaths of Andrea Jones and Jacob Haywood Thomas. The pair were killed in March of last year near South Airport Way and 8th Street. 2 others, 18-year-old Io Sawaya Satwa and 16-year-old boy, were already arrested.
In March of 2023, JBlacc and a 24-year-old Andrea Jones were posted up at a convenience store at 2100 South Airport at around 6:30 p.m. when several masked men pulled up and shots rang out. Andrea was hit, and so was JBlacc, aka Jacob Haywood Thomas. Unfortunately, Jacob Haywood Thomas would not survive. Police would do a thorough investigation, and 2 EBK members, Lil Play and Day Day, would later get apprehended, both facing life in prison and currently fighting their cases right now. Following this, Ebk Jaaybo would make sure to diss JBlacc any way possible, literally talking about him in his First Day Out song. It's wild because this definitely is caught up to him, because it just comes out that the U.S. Marshals have him in custody, which has many people asking questions. How could that exactly happen? Obviously, that either means that he has some type of crime in California and he's getting extradited there, which we haven't seen any evidence yet, or he's being charged with a federal crime. But if he were being charged with a federal crime, it would be more than likely that, like, it would have to do with some different state. Like, like, we don't know necessarily. Some people were saying that he cut off his ankle monitor and fled, which would mean that the U.S. Marshals would be going and looking for him, and he tried to flee to Arkansas. But he was supposed to be on that NBA YoungBoy tour, so obviously I thought that maybe he had been doing something right, but maybe not. Maybe he was just on the run while doing all this press and about to go on a tour regardless. But the U.S. Marshals getting involved shows that there's something definitely important, which has a lot of rumors saying that he was responsible for the person paying for the person to take out JBlacc. And I mean, it could be the case, it could also not be the case. You know, say those two people that are currently locked up from EBK, like, they could have just went and did that themselves, just based off of the strength of who Sloby was, you know. But it seems that people are pointing fingers saying that he is getting locked up for murder for hire. We will find out more details soon. Obviously, they're not going to release all the details, because if there's
he's saying people, man, he talk about Jalise, but and I can't sit through her shit and talk about that shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. I take Buddy word. It's Jalise. I know. I can't sit through that shit. I ain't even gonna make y'all do it. I can't. And then, that's all that shit is. I don't know if she want little bro or what. You feel me? But she got alternative motives to her view on the situation. I don't know why. But yeah, man, definitely, that's some crazy shit. Whole lot of crazy shit. Not gonna lie, man. Like I said, I've been saying this too. You remind me of Honeycomb Brazy, a real talented artist, but can't stay the fuck out of jail, you know? We gonna see how this shit go. We gonna keep y'all updated on the latest and the greatest. Y'all already know what to do, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we back with another one when we got another one in, man.
Yeah, okay. New player circle. So, get low.